Hello, everybody. Good evening. We are here with Zia Mahmoud and our friend Hanna Grosek.
Good evening.
Hey.
And we are tonight. We will have the last segment of the final of all the events. In open teams, open pair, women teams, women pair, senior teams, and senior pair. But first, we would like to show you the ceremony of medals giving to the Grandmaster of yesterday. Is that correct, Director? So let's see. Okay, here we are.
This is a ceremony for the people who have reached a very high rank in bridge. Good-looking me there, I see. That's Jose Damiani. These are all the ladies, and this is like a big honor in bridge because it's like a hall of fame for them.
That's right.
This Gavriz, he's got very bad trousers, but he's going to have better one after this tournament. He makes a 100,000 bonus. They're all very famous bridge players, you see. That's Veronique Bessis, very good bridge playing family. All her family are top players. Mardala, one of the greatest. Chip Martel, my ex-partner. Zimmerman is already saying, well done, he won today, or about to. I can't see that lady. This is the Dutch guys. This is the guy called Pepsi. You can't understand how his name is Pepsi, but we'll tell you another day.
That was Sean Quinn.
Sean Quinn, Eric Rodwell. We saw Kerry. She's been playing bridge at the top for 50 years. Antonio Cemente, Italian, great player. And Polish and Versace. This was
Willard, I think Will.
Nick Nickel, be the most successful sponsor in bridge probably of all times. Yeah, that was last night.
Yeah.
Today is another day.
Today is another day, and surprising me a little, all the three teams that are losing by a lot, I mean Lavazza, Smith, and China, they want to play the last segment. What do you think about this?
Well,
is it?
I personally think you should always play if there's any chance to win. You know, I think some of you seen the Ryder Cup a few years ago. They had no chance to come back. It was called a miracle at Medina. The European team they had to win nearly every match to win. It happens sometimes. Now I know if it's a physical or mathematical impossibility, no. But when you can, I've seen a lot of wins from very, very bad positions.
Oh, and so that's what they choose. But for example, if you are a professional player, as you are,
yeah,
and tomorrow you have to play pairs with your sponsor, would you have played in any case?
For me, I think if I'm down 100, I'm still favorite to win. So I don't believe in losing these things. And also, for the commentator, it's great because now we should see some much more exciting bridge. When somebody is down 100, he's going to try to do many, many tactics which you don't often see as a spectator. So you will see some great players use their minds to change the way the cards fall by their imagination, by their skill, by maybe passing hands that everybody would open, by maybe doubling much closer. I actually think there should be a way of scoring in bridge in some tournaments where the scores are much higher, that instead of 200 for the first trick double, you get 500. Then in a match like this, you could win more easily 100. That becomes more exciting.
More exciting. But Helnes told me yesterday that did you see the match between Lavazza and Zimmerman, by the way?
I've been watching some of it, but not all of it, because I was
He told me that generally he was speaking about himself, his part. The level of this match was very low.
Oh, definitely terrible.
Because do you think that this is because they are very tired or they are
emotional? I think as you play a tournament after many days, and in this tournament you have many days reaching the final, you start becoming a little bit automatic bridge instead of thing. You have to play. They need almost like a day's rest in the middle to become refreshed. And here, you're right. I've seen all the top players make many more mistakes than they normally do.
Oh.
But that is life. Bridge is like that. Right?
Okay, we have another friend here, which is Janice.
Hi, Janice.
Hi, Zia. How you doing?
Oh, we are fine, and you?
I can't complain. So what's going on here? Are all the matches continuing?
All the matches are continuing, and we were speaking with Zia about this.
This is a hand from the pairs right here.
Yeah, it is a world championship.
This is from the pairs. This isn't from the teams.
No, but which is
Don't
on
he know?
YouTube now?
Oh no, I am
The
just
whole-
told
this
that
whole
the
thing's on
women
YouTube.
have give up.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, but the white
Oh, did
showing
they?
hand is
Yeah.
not on there.
look, Zia,
They can-
very interesting. This is the closest match,
Yeah.
and this is the only one they gave up. Smith gave up. We were just told now.
Incredible. I would never.
Yeah, because it's 38 and 32.
I think if I was Zimmerman playing against Mahmoud, I would make Zimmerman give up. Because only 100 up, how can he play?
Well, I take no risks. So.
Oh,
Mr. Zimmerman has joined us, so he might have something to say about that.
So, with pleasure.
He's a very happy man at the moment.
I am a very happy man.
Considering you were basically eliminated with 4 boards to play in the round robin, I'd say you were a happy man.
We were eliminated with 5 boards to go. We were something like 70 something, and a move of -10 still to come. And suddenly came a miracle, and they gave a contract with the Trump lead, and we won 19 imps the last 4 boards to qualify. And also the first day we qualified very little. And yesterday was the day before in semi-final.
another miracle.
It's another
So
miracle.
you are a very good.
So this
player.
time is I had God with me, because it's not possible to overcome so much.
God was with him. Can I have
For
God
once.
for the next event, please?
Janice, you need to go close to the microphone when you.
I'd like God for the next event, please.
So which match are we going to watch now?
I think we start with.
The thing, because I think even though the match is not close, I think if you watch Dennis build, he's not going to give up without a fight. He's a Viking warrior.
Point is that they are not already starting BBO.
Oh, they're not starting. I can see them sitting there. And who's playing?
BBO has.
I'm glad they're playing against Gavris and Klukowski, because Helgemo and Helnes, they don't care. They sit there, they're like the Buddha. But Gavris, if he loses 1 or 2 bad boards, he can get a little bit excited, you know. Klukowski, no. Klukowski, who I think is one of the greatest young players ever, is very, very good temperament. And never I've seen him get emotional. But Gavris is an older guy. In the old days, we all used to get emotional. Having changed, oh, you mean about the friendship?
The friendship.
No, well, it's changed from the last few years when there was a lot of suspicion. In the old days, there was friendship, yes. It was. Now the game has become, oh, they have started in the other room.
Mm-hmm. Yes, let's see.
Can we see the cards?
If we can.
Augustine, you'll see with a smile on his face, because he's a very good winner and a very good loser. And he knows he'll play quickly, and they'll play very quickly in his room. I can't see the
It
hands.
hasn't started yet.
They've started.
I know, but the
view graph.
view graph hasn't.
So we're having a little problem with the transmission of the hands, but hopefully you'll see them in a minute. So the 2 players to watch out for in this match, in my opinion, are Augustine Madala and Dennis Bilde, because they're what I would call the action players on the Lavazza team, and they're going to be prepared to lose, but they'll fight, and they'll make the opponents have a few bad moments. Not too many, but a few.
Okay, let's hope that it will work in a while, because.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so this is
here we go.
Is this the open room or the closed room?
This is Buildy.
Okay, so Bildy, now watch.
Yeah.
He's already started by opening a spade. He has a 17 count, which would be normally a no trump or a club, but he wants to start by doing things that they won't do in the other room.
Exactly what it's happening. What you say before.
Oh, I know. Dennis Bild is not going to.
Danny Bild would never open 1 spade with 4
So
No.
now does he win a game or does he pass?
No,
If he's swinging.
he's probably going to probably going to pass because he knows the King of Hearts is a bad card where he's learned something from his bidding that they may not learn in the other room. He's learned that the strong hand is on his left. So I think he's going to pass and hope that the swing is, yes, good bid. Bill, I miss Professor.
Gavish now.
Gavish was scared. Now is good. Now they got him. But he's going to bid 4 diamonds. It's hard to double. Maybe Bildy can give him a double, but it's difficult because partner may have no points. And also the fact that they make 4 diamonds is a good reason not to double. Because they lose 2 spades. They might lose 2 spades, a heart and a club, but...
Not vulnerable in their system.
Queen,
I think
yeah.
they could say 3 spades with 0 point.
On the other room, the bidding would go 1, no trump, and I
They're
don't
not
know...
making this. He has no hand entries. It's a spade,
But
spade,
there's-
spade.
Yeah, spade, 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 and now
They would probably buy the contract.
he probably gives them 2 clubs and 2 spades.
Hey,
He probably gives them 2 open club tricks. He'd probably go down 1. But in the other room, if they open a no trump, I don't know if East can make a penalty double.
they went down 2 and a no trump at the other table.
Yeah, they went to the other room, it went to no trump. So, so there's a swing already for the Lavazza team. They're going to pick up 150, which is like, 4 or 5 imps?
4.
And let's go. Can we go to the other room now? Because
Yeah,
this
they're already on board 19. They've already
they're
they're
about 11 hands. Okay. Okay, Augustine, 1 club.
Start
Bianchetti
to
will never
worried.
make for
Pierre?
club, a heart, and
Not
no
really.
trump.
Not really worried.
He's not really worried.
He's not very worried. I don't blame him. I think he should, to prove that he's not very worried, he should order a bottle of champagne for the commentators. That's what I would do in his position at this moment. And not only champagne, but maybe one of the better champagnes. Cristal, perhaps, Dom Perignon. He's a very generous man. I must tell you, Mr. Simon, I respect you. I love you.
You mean Prosecco, I guess.
No Prosecco. Prosecco for the World Championship on Orlando is not possible. I am going to buy at least 1 bottle of champagne. Can you tell me your room number? Because I sign your room. Okay, so this is 3 now. What is this hand? He's got on the spade lead. They win the king. They can switch to heart is best for them probably. Because they have to break, but they have 5 diamonds, 2 spades, a heart, and a club. It looks like, unless they could knock, no, they can't. They can't. The 4th heart is not with the late entry in diamonds, or in a position where they can cash it. So even if they lead hearts, they could duck it twice. Or could they lead hearts and then
and then
switch
duck
to
it to
club?
and switch to clubs. Yeah.
It's quite a brilliant defense if it happens. So Helgamo has to play perhaps a low heart to the jack, or the king of hearts, and then another high heart, and if that holds, switch to club. Now, actually the hearts would be blocked if he did that, but Madala would not know. So actually, Helgamo is quite capable of finding a defense like this. But having said that, yeah, he knows that Declarer's got 6 diamonds. So he's definitely going to switch to hearts. So it's a question of the winning switch is a low heart because it unblocks the suit. But the king of hearts followed by the queen of hearts, he's led the king. He was worried that West has the bare jack. I don't blame him. Now the problem is he sees there's a blockage, but he needs to be on lead after the 2nd heart to switch to clubs. And can he do it? Now if he plays a low heart now, and Madala would duck, and then it's not a problem. So he has to play a high heart, which is blocking the suit, and the 9 might give away the fact that it's blocking the suit.
So no way now to block the suit.
Well, he had to lead a low one to start with. It was very difficult because he could lose to bare jack. So let's see. Helgim is seeing exactly what I'm telling you, and he's trying to work out, how can I fool the declarer the best, or what should I do? Maybe he should switch to a club, but then, yeah, a club he can go up with the ace. No, that's no good.
I think that when Elgamos thinks too much, he used to play so quickly that when
Actually,
he thinks too much...
wait a minute,
he
no,
could
actually, maybe it's not so bad.
It's
Because
not
now he wins the ace. If he plays the diamond, he loses the heart ace. Do you see?
Yeah.
Maybe Helgi saw this better than me, no?
Will he win the ace and take a club finesse?
But that's down. No, but
Yeah, right here.
you can speak. But that it might take a club finesse, but it wouldn't work.
He'll have an entry now to the dummy for a late round diamond finesse.
If he takes the club finesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but meanwhile they'll switch back to heart, no?
Duh.
Club, 2 hearts, a diamond, and a spade. And they've already beaten it. So Helgi made actually the technically better play than the one I suggested, because playing a high heart would have allowed Madala to, if he could guess, to make it. But now I think he can't make it, whatever he does. He's going to take the club finesse. Helnes is too much of a hurry to go to the bar to duck anything now. Trust me.
By the way, I think that as is not on BBO, I think that also the China against Milder, the China's guys against
Have given
Milder,
up.
they gave
Yeah,
up.
they were down very much. That's also incredible in the senior open team. The Milner team is incredible. This is the 6th World Championship for the senior that Mr. Milner has won. I played with him 2 or 3 times, and one of them he's incredibly successful. And I don't know how, because all he does in the evening is drink all the best wine in the country. But maybe that's the secret.
Yeah,
As Mr. Zimmerman will tell you when he orders the champagne. If you want, we can call room service, Pierre.
so
He's looking very quiet.
I am very quiet.
Don't worry, I'm just joking with you.
It's true. Do you think we can call to have champagne?
Yes, of course.
How can we?
We arrange. This is why we're on YouTube.
Yes.
This,
Production crew has
the
confirmed that we
secret of
can call
YouTube.
champagne.
The secret of YouTube is the
I
best.
will go for a bottle of champagne if someone can help me ask to order it.
Okay, perfect. You are the best. That's why Zimmerman is the greatest team in the world. Now this is a good hand. Madala has got a hand like you've never seen before, and you can see they lay down for 7 no trumps, and I don't have any doubt they're going to bid it, but they might have problems showing the 5th spade. Oh, he's opened the spade. So it's already finished. A spade, and now he can bid Blackwood any time and bid 7 no trump. He finds his partner as the king, queen of spades, and it's going to, if he'd open a heart, it would be in a harder hand.
Madala mid 7.
Madala made skip bid. 1 spade, 7 no trump. I don't know if anybody could bid it quicker. I think he could bid it as quickly as possible, but he bid
I've
it.
seen
Nobody
that
would bid it
option
better.
with Zach Rosak before, by the way.
I think they should win the best bid hand of the year. Now, the only thing that you have to watch is Madala. I will give you $100,000 to 1 that he will win the first trick and play
Jack of clubs.
the ace of spades, or when he plays the spade, because if North has 5 spades, he needs to start with the ace. A lot of people play low to the king, which is a really bad play, because it loses when the spades are 5-0. He's playing his clubs anyway, but when he starts spades, I will buy the champagne myself if he doesn't start with the ace.
Well, but he only needs 4 spade tricks anyway, and once he sees the club,
Oh,
it's down.
okay.
So maybe he should do it the other way for a squeeze, you know?
Sorry, I didn't count the amount of tricks. He's got 13 tricks if he makes 4 spade tricks. He had 6 club
It's the
tricks.
same thing.
It's the same. Actually, maybe he should play. Maybe it's
Because
claimed.
South had the 4.
King of Hearts. This was an interesting hand. I make it that in clubs or spades, the declarer could have made 6, 11, 8, 21 tricks, because all the hearts were coming in. They could rough out a heart in clubs and make, I think, 21 tricks. All right, this hand is not bidding 7 no trumps.
do you think that if it was a very tight match, the bidding would have been exactly the
Nothing, it would be nothing like that. No, he would just basically bid, he would go. But here, he was very likely, he had about 27 points and 99% he's going to make, and it didn't matter. If he doesn't, maybe it's a finesse and he prefers it. 1 spade, 1 no trump. Now watch, Helnes might have overcalled at other times at favourable, but he's not interested. If he's not interested in going for a big number at this stage of his life, he's just going to pass unless he's got a clear bid. This is a hand where you make about one spade if you're lucky.
So this is a gazilli auction for East-West.
Yeah, gazilli auction where two clubs was either a strong hand or a hand with spades and clubs, I think.
Right.
I'm not sure if it was that or 6 spades.
So 2 spades showed the spades and clubs. But he doesn't have to have 6 spades. He could do 5-4.
I'm not sure which way. Some people interchange which way you shows the 6-card spade suit, but I'm not sure. Well, that's good. Maybe it was showing 6 spades because the guy wouldn't lead a club otherwise. So possibly he just showed a 6-card suit because Helgi probably wouldn't lead a club. But that's a great lead for Bianchedi but still he won't be much good. He'll win it and play the king of spades perhaps. And they'll win it and switch to a heart, which will help declare. They could take queen in a club ruff, so they would take 2 clubs, 2 hearts and a spade. He'd make it. So
There was no real good lead here. I mean, I guess
the
you could
best
bet
is actually
10
for him
of
to duck the
spades.
king of spades. Because now he can make his 2 spades the other way, and if they can avoid breaking hearts, then they can get perhaps 3 heart tricks.
So declare can shift to clubs.
But as long as they keep the clubs off the dummy, I think they could keep. He's going to win it and play the king. Oh, he's trying for the heart ruff. Okay. But now they can beat it for sure. Now the best defense is to play a low spade back to the king. Now he plays another heart. He wins the 10. Queen of clubs, ruff a club, ace of spades, back with a heart, and now he's down. So I don't think the heart was exactly the best play, but it was certainly a reasonable play. And down 100 imps is as good as any. So if anything exciting happens in the other matches, we can let you know. But in the senior is finished,
And there's
the
the
ladies are
pairs
finished.
also.
Oh, in the pairs, can we see sometimes?
Yeah,
the
we
pairs?
have some.
Have a look at the pairs.
We have.
Well, let's try the 7-0 trump hand in Bildy's room. How about that? Let's see if they bid it as quickly as that. I don't believe for a second they will. Because Gavris and Klukowski, this one is 3-0
No,
trump.
but this is interesting hand also.
Well, so he's going to diamond, a heart, 2 diamond, 2 no 3. He's led the queen of hearts, which is probably going to be ducked. 9, they play standard on the first trick, which is my instruction to them. And now he knows he's encouraging. He can play another low heart.
Talking about no trump, you know, in the round before this one, how many tricks Mr. Zimmerman made more than Samantha into no trump?
No.
5.
What?
3 no trumps made, 2 no trumps down 2, 3 no trumps plus 1, 3 no trumps down 2. Is it true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the professional in this team?
Well, all of them.
They insisted
Oh, Mr.
too much
Zimmerman.
on a diamond preference.
Yeah.
So I decided with my diamond, I don't play on diamond. And
You trusted
he,
the card.
he believed, and he came with a jack of diamond, which was quite nice because I have king, queen, 10, 8. So queen,
Ace.
no, ace and diamond back.
You made 3
And all my
diamond.
diamond, thank you very much.
Club, spade, 2 spade, pass.
Did you give your partner a high five after that one too?
No. We were wrong before because Milner is playing against China. I mean, China is playing against me. If now is 124 points difference, but they are playing. They gave me the wrong information. I can see here that they are really playing. Can we have a look to?
So if the bidding went pass, and you have the east hand, what would you open in this stage of the match? I know what your brother would open.
1-0 or 2-0?
Yeah, it's close. But certainly he wouldn't open clubs. You have to try and steal there. And 1-0 would buy the contract in 4 hearts probably if the West showed 5. Another great Dutch pair. Bulgarians, French, Poles,
Also,
Chinese.
the French pair is a
Yes,
former world champion.
yes, former world champion. And then there's
But
a.
the number of master point is quite random. You see that the third, you see on this that the third has 2, 3, 9, 2, and the fourth and the fifth have more.
I think that was because a pair didn't show up and there were some sit-outs.
No, but how could they have more points and be higher?
I think it's there were some sit-outs.
No, but how can they be
Maybe
higher in the
ball
ranking?
Which is not scored, but still, I don't understand. Because
He's
it's
saying
a
how
lot,
can
it's
they be
40
higher in the
difference.
ranking when their score's higher?
Because in previous sessions they played fewer boards they played against,
Oh, so this.
and they had a factored score.
Okay, well, I don't know. It's too complicated because in the old days for me, if you had 9, you had more than 7. But I don't know.
We can say for sure that Mr. Zimmerman, when he looks at numbers,
He really looks.
is
Huh?
really much more expert than all of us. I didn't notice that. I only saw it at percentage.
How many more hands do they have in the pairs? Do you know?
I think about 10 because it's not written here how many rounds that they have played in this section. But let's say that they have started 4. So what time is it now?
It's now about 4:45.
Quarter to 5. So I think they have 8 or 10 boards left to play. Can we have a look at the women?
Yes, I love to look at the women.
The women have conceded or not?
Eh?
No, they changed. Yes, they have. No,
Veronique
the women
Bessis.
pairs. He's saying. The women pairs.
Okay.
The Bessis pair is miles ahead. Veronique Bessis is 4%, more than 4% ahead of the second pair. They've been really fantastic performance in this.
And the young, this one is 20-something.
Who?
Hübner-Spieler.
Her partner, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Huber-Spiller.
The French are very much into marrying because they always have a partnership for 20 years, then they change and they have another
Yeah.
partnership. And the men and the women are all the same. Men-
Dovidio was playing with...
I would say that Veronique is much more stable than all the other. Because Veronique, first, she played with Catherine for, I don't
Many
know,
years.
10 plus years, which is good. And only changed partner because Dovidio wanted to change. She's really stable. And now she's training for a couple of years with Hübner-Spieler, and I think
They're becoming good.
she deserves this sugar of probably winning this women pair final.
Yeah. They have about 4% of advantage on the second pair. But here again, the third pair has more points than the second. We should try to understand.
I think this either.
Remember, it's 14 boards scored, and here.
You see,
Again,
Zimmerman, you took too long to take this one. I'm going to give you a logic problem afterwards, and we check that.
I know about this logic problem.
On the other, we saw 2-2-2-2.
we have
Okay, while we're waiting for the hand, Pierre, I give you also both a problem. There are 4 people with each one has a hat. 2 have blue hat, 2 have red hat. They're standing in a line. One is in front of the other, and he can see in front, and you can't see behind. And you can't see her hat. 2 have blue hat, 2 have red hat. And after the third person, there's a wall. So the first person can see number 2 and 3. Number 2 can see number 3, nobody can see number 4. Which one of these 3 people can almost immediately say, I know the color of my hat? 2 have blue, 2 have red. They can see the person in front of them, but nobody sees number 4. But one of them immediately can say, I know my hat color. And if you take more than 10 seconds, then you are beaten by my son who's 12 years old. He did it in 6 seconds.
Okay, so frankly,
Yeah.
I am tired from tired.
Okay.
So I prefer not even think about this problem.
Why aren't you
But
playing
by the
with
way,
your...
you know that I am a mathematician,
I know.
and I
That's
even
why.
want to finish first in the thing, but now playing 9 days.
You
I'm
need to
just
rest.
that tired.
Okay, we accept that. But when the champagne comes, I'll ask again.
But tell me what... You say that your son is 12 years old, but didn't you play with him in Montreal?
I have 2 sons. No, Montreal.
I know you in Montreal, you were playing with a very young... do you remember?
Montreal?
Yes, in
No.
2002.
Montreal, I played with my partner, Michael Rosenberg.
You mean, I mean 16 years ago. You
No,
made the pairs.
my son wasn't born yet.
No, I'll say
One son was 1 year old.
there was a little boy Indian.
That was somebody's son. Maybe I played in some.
You
side,
played in some
side of it.
Yeah,
that
I
was
remember this.
Yeah, maybe I played because the father asked me to play some hands.
So Mike Passel is even leading more than.
Okay, let's go to the senior, where Mike Passel and Jacobus.
He bids one hard 7 now.
And the good news was for the Zimmerman team in the other room, they opened one heart, not one spade, and Klukowski in the same time as Madala bid 7-0. That was his first bid.
Now again to the senior. What do you think about this pair that is really destroying the tournament?
Jaco, they're a very. Mike Purcell has been one of the top American players for many years. In fact, not only that, he's in the team I'm playing with tomorrow in the mixed. He's playing with his partner, and we have 4 of us playing. So I'm very happy he's on form. Mark Jacobus is another top American pro. They're a regular partnership, and they're very tough. The second pair is also a very good Polish pair. The third is Israeli, then another American. They're the teammates of the top pair. But I'm not surprised with Purcell and Jacobus. They could win in open pairs if they played in it. They're very good.
Let me just have a look to what's doing my friend Alfredo.
Alfredo Versace, one of the perhaps the best, certainly in the top 3 players in the world. But whether he's
Alfredo Versace, but you are looking at
the seniors.
So you're not going to find Alfredo.
But maybe soon you will. So is Bianchetti making 4 hearts or not? Yeah, he's going to make 4 hearts. No, yes, he's king. Yeah, he's going to make.
He's
He's
gonna
lost
keep
2
playing
tricks. No, but he's got to get rid of that spade. Oh, the spade will be good. So he'll play another club, rough over rough.
No, but South can pitch in the club.
No, but he has
North
to
has
rough
the
in
trump.
dummy with the 8.
Rough with the 8.
And
Okay.
rough a spade and then come back with 9 and rough and no. He can rough the jack, a king of clubs, queen with the 8 and holds, rough a spade that sets them up. Jack of clubs rough with the 9. And then
Ace of heart spade. Yeah.
No, I was looking at the wrong, but even if I were looking at the right one,
couldn't
Alfredo,
find it. It's too far down.
No, he gave up.
gave up?
Yes.
Because if he can't win, he didn't want to win. Can you give up in the middle of a pair event?
I think if you ask the director and he says okay, because
Yeah.
they start 24 pairs. Now they are 48. So it's not the only one who gave
Okay,
up.
so quite. If they gave, maybe if an even number of people give up, they can do something.
So,
So here, maybe there should be a referee in bridge that if you go after 8 boards and your score is gone worse and you can't win, he comes and says goodbye, you can go home. Because it becomes meaningless and the players know it and they start taking no interest. But anyway, we must say congratulations to Pierre and his team. After a kind of dubious start, they came stronger and stronger and stronger.
Oh, why that?
No, why what?
oh, he's talking about the.
What can he do? If he doesn't rough, he roughs with the 8 of hearts pair. He makes anyway. He knows where's the jack of hearts.
Yeah, he knew. Okay.
Yeah, because I think he took a finesse of the 8 earlier on. Now he roughs his spade and it makes it. He claimed even better.
Claim, is this the second time you play with Gavris and Kowalski? Or more?
Yeah, the second time. We play exactly 11 match. 6 to win the NABC in Atlanta, national. And here another 6 to win the event here. So we are now on a 12-0 run.
So
this, three
Versace
spades.
Lauria must be a little worried because of this.
Which
They're
one?
in 3 spades, doubled here.
Who is? Ah,
East-west, Gavrish Klukowski. And they led 10 of trump.
they're in 3 spades. Gabriel's got 3 spades. How did he get to 3 spades? 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 club, 3 diamonds, or something like that, probably. 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 hearts. Bildy couldn't pass, right? 2 spades, 2 no trump. It's a heart raise. 3 diamonds, double, good for you, Bildy. 3 spade, pass, double. You see, I told you, Dennis Bildy will never stop fighting. Sadly, he's got too few soldiers left.
This is a good lead, the 10 of spades. He'll go for a number here, I think.
Yeah, he's going to go for a big number.
Giorgio says that Bildy is one of the best young players.
I think-
Do you agree with him?
Not even close. He's one. I think he may be the best. Klukowski, Bildy, Madala. These are the 3 young great players. All of them are good. The big thing about Bildy is that he's the best dinner companion, because he drinks more than all 3 other people, but he's also doesn't get drunk. Klukowski is a fantastic player. I mean,
Madala gets drunk.
Madala gets drunk, but Madala doesn't like to go for dinner. He likes hamburgers and hot dogs.
Yes.
Klukowski, I don't know, I never see him for dinner, but he's a very nice, gentle person, but not excited. Bildy is a character, you know.
So how many is he going to go for here?
So he's going to make 4 spade tricks, we know. Maybe 2 club tricks, 6. And they usually steal a trick in these double contracts. So I think he's going between 5 or 800, but you can afford about 6 more of those, Pierre, I think.
No, the good news is already 4 boards are away. So it was already dead from the
Each
start.
board is, yes.
But 4 boards, 5 push boards, and we
Nothing.
lose only 8 points in
Each
this.
board.
Now they need really to mean 10 on each and single.
So how many boards altogether do they play?
No, we play 16.
So 32
there-
is the last
So
one.
there are 11 boards left, and we are 100.
So you can use
So it's
10,
nearly 10 per board.
nine imps. Let's give you budget of 9 imps a board. You can do 9 imps. If you lose,
This will clearly not work.
you're
We all knew it.
110. Good for you, Dennis, I must say. He made all good actions on this hand. Maybe they were not actions he would make if he was winning the match, but from behind, he has to do something. And as I said, it'll be Dennis who does the action. Giorgio is an old guy who's played many years, and he doesn't change his style, doesn't matter. He can't kind of really become aggressive when it's up or down. He plays the
He
same.
played with Norby, Bocchi, and the aggressive was Bocchi. Then he played with Cementa, and the aggressive was Cementa.
Very passive.
He's always the
Passive.
one,
This is 800 now, don't you think?
I didn't see where.
He played ace of clubs, now club rough, ace of spades.
No,
Diamond
ace of club, rough spade, ace of spades, yeah. But he has to actually be the ace of diamonds.
Pierre, I see that Martens is playing and winning by far the
After
final.
ace of
in
diamonds,
the
I might
senior.
pitch my winning club just to make them break
He's
out.
not anymore in your team.
No, he's in my team and he's my personal coach. And we are playing next week when we are back. We play together the French Championship. So there is still things that we play with Martens, plus training. And I hope also that at one point the senior championship will be separate so that the senior event can be stronger. And I have been making proposition to the European, which unfortunately declined, and I am making now proposition to the World Federation to organize, sponsorized by me, championship team transnational for seniors, to allow seniors not to have to choose between open and seniors. Because currently, take my team, we have in my team 3 seniors. So if the senior were on separate date, then the senior would be a much more stronger event. And I would probably give, as usual, 100 prices to spice up the thing. But I am on the process of selling that to the European and World Federation. Will be for 2020, but it's still a long way
Do you think
to go.
this is a good idea?
I think anything where you hear the figure $100,000 is a good idea. Especially as I'm old man now.
It's euros, not dollars.
Even better.
But in any case, what you said is absolutely right. That senior championship.
Yeah, it is a bit weak, and because a lot of the players have to play in one or the other, he's right. And it would be nice if they could play in the Open, or the seniors, the good players would all join it, certainly. But so Dennis has done a little bit of work for the Lavazza team, and have got 800.
So which is two bad result on the same board, because two spade just made was already a bad score, losing at least 5 imp.
So that's when you're in form. That's what happens. You do badly on both boards, the imps become less.
Another good news for you. So it's down 3
Yeah, 800.
and 14 to Lavazza.
This was not exciting hand. As you see, you can lose a heart, 2 diamonds, and 2 clubs. You make 2, but South-North will compete in the minors. In diamonds, they can lose 2 hearts, a spade, and make 4. So it's just a competitive hand. The other
Same
room,
playing in clubs, I think.
clubs or diamond, doesn't
Clubs,
matter.
okay.
1 club, 1 spade, 2 spade, double, and they'll find it. North might bid 3 clubs. It could be 2 no trumps, but he bid 3 clubs.
Same contract.
Can we see any of the hands being played in the pair event? Or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's try one of those, because this is not very exciting. We want to see some
We
blood.
have
I can let you choose between
Jérôme Rimbaud and Loisier.
Verbeck Knob in Mandala or Rambo Lucia Shi
Oh, we want to
Yu.
see what is a good hand.
They're all playing the same boards at the same time.
They're playing, all of them, they're playing the same board. So you can only choose.
So this is this hand. No, we're seeing on the screen. It's just another 4-heart hand. It's not really exciting either. Oh no, there's a. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, he gets club, rough, diamond. Yeah, this is an example of simple suit preference. You lead your singleton, and partner has to come back with a preferential card to tell you which suit to come to get your second.
Sandra, if it's possible, you should go on pair, not the ranking, on BBO, pair, Rambo, Luisier, you, and the Shi. So that everybody can follow the
Yeah, so you see here, they were in 4 hearts, and South had a singleton club and led the club to North, who won the ace, and is going to come back, or has come back, I think, the 3 of clubs now, which is saying to partner, please play a diamond so I can give you 1 more rough. He wasn't sure that his partner was roughing, but yes, he was actually, because he opened a club. So he knew that South's club was singleton for sure. And I thought he's played back a club. No, he's thinking. I don't know, because they led the deuce of clubs, and very unlikely that unless they play Polish style lead where they lead low from Doubleton, it's
No, they are French standard. High-low is even.
okay. So
And the Doubleton are led high-low.
Okay,
It's
it's standard, but it seems normal to play back the 3 of club, and I don't know. Rombo is the guy who invented this very good website called Funbridge, and which is now, I think, being taken over by another company, but it's very, very nice, and I recommend it to everybody, especially even my children sometimes go and play. You can play one or two hands, and it's a very popular form of the kind of internet bridge.
Which are the difference between other? I mean, what is it? Is it
In fun bridges, you can play one hand or two. You go on the site, they give you a hand, you can bid it, you can play it, or you can play against robots, or you can play with your friends. But it's very convenient because you don't need to fix the game with other people, and the hand will come, and if you don't enjoy it, you can go to the next hand, or you can bid and play, and it explains while you bid and you play what the correct bidding meant and what it is. So it's very well presented.
You want to look at a different hand from the
Yeah.
pairs?
Okay.
So we can go to Verbeek Nab. This is a slightly more interesting
Slightly more
hand.
interesting hand. If you can find this one, it's board 6 in the other pairs, Verbeek and Nab. There's a-
Sandra, can you go also in the pairs at the table of Verbeek? I always say North player. Okay?
This
Verbeek, then we have
Mandala on the right.
Mandala.
Yeah.
Can you find him?
No, it's not there. Ah, now it's come. So here, this is an interesting hand. East opened a no trump. Is this Mandala anything to do with the other one?
No.
No.
There is an N.
It's Argentinian, is it? Or something?
Yeah, but there
I
is
think
an
they're
N.
American.
Ah,
Mandala.
Mandala. Okay. I didn't see.
Cheryl.
Yeah, Cheryl. That's right. It's a lady. One no trump by East, two no trump for the minors. West bid 3 spades. I suppose it was natural. I don't know. Or unless it was both majors. I don't know what. North bid 5 diamonds. East doubled. I presume that West therefore was bidding spades. You can make six hearts on this hand if you look, because the spade king is right and the diamond fit is incredibly good, but very, very difficult to get there, even without competition, but with competition, much worse. Now 5 diamond doubled, it's probably a good result. You can lose 3 clubs, a spade and a heart, that's 500 against a vulnerable game. So it would be a good result for Big Nab, but it's possible that West will take it out, but I don't think they will.
For example, with West cards,
Yeah.
on 1 no trump, 2 no trump, that's how, in your system, what would you
Very
say?
good point. So we play, I think we play 4 diamonds and 4 hearts would be transfers, and 4 club I think is both majors, or 4 diamonds, one of these 2 bids. Jumping, maybe 4 diamonds is 5-5 in the majors with short diamonds, I don't know. No, 4 diamond is hearts, sorry. 4 club is both majors, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you
4
would
club
have
is both majors.
both measures.
Because you bid their suit. You play transfers at the 4 level, and 5-5 the majors you can bid 4 club. So 5 diamond doubled.
She let it
Good
trump.
So
result
there's
for
going to be even
North.
better result now because the club rough has disappeared. She had to lead a club to get, and they're going to go 2 down. That's a very good board for them.
Even against the game, they don't need to call us slammed.
And actually, they hadn't found hearts, so Mandala doubled because she didn't really have a spade fit, I think. But I do think she might have passed because she had a hand when they bid to 5 diamonds with 3 little diamonds. If your partner was bidding, I don't know if 3 spade was forcing, but if my partner was bidding again, it would probably be in hearts, and I have a really nice hand. Even spades, if they had 6 spades, I have a nice hand. So I think that she should have perhaps have passed.
Yesterday I was telling Adam that Madala once told me that all the great Argentinian, they start with M. He say Maradona, Monzon, and Madala.
That is true. It's probably true. All right, so this hand is... how are they doing, the Verbeek and Nab? Are they high? Because they are a good pair. Are they high in the standings or no?
They're in 9th.
They're in 9th, so possibly they'll move up on this. Are they catching up?
Rimsteads, they dropped a little bit, 57-69.
So now Rimsteads are catchable by most,
Yeah.
who are pretty well likely to be the second one. It's just the last session, right?
Yeah.
Well, 1% is still quite a lot with one session to go, because one session over 4, isn't it?
Mm.
60, how much do you get? Do you know how much a top is?
I think it's like 50, but I'm not
So
sure.
then there's only a top and a bit away. It's not that much.
So, do you think that in Netherlands there are so many good players? Is just because somebody wants to some godness want this, or because their federation?
I think they have a fantastic federation. They have a fantastic infrastructure of bridge, and bridge is very popular in the Netherlands. All the clubs have promoted, and it's a very, very. In England, it's not nearly as popular as that. I think per capita, Netherlands for bridge is the biggest playing country in the world. Maybe I don't know China, but it's many players and very good organization. The federation and the system is very good.
I think that about 20 years ago, Garozzo went there for a while teaching about bidding mostly. And then they grew up and grew up. They really.
They have a lot. It's not only they have very good players, but they have lots of good players, as opposed to one or two, like in Norway or whatever. They have, the other country like that, in my opinion, that's very good is Poland. Poland have lots. You never see a Poland player come in France or Italy who's not a good player. They're all good players. The standard is very, very high. Again, it's very popular game in the country.
In Poland and in Norway. And what about Sweden? Because also in Sweden, I think is happening something like this.
There are, but I don't think there's as many players at the same level as them. I think
absolutely.
Poland and Holland, I would say, the two, really. The other country that's got a lot of bridge players coming up now and very good sponsorship is Indonesia.
Oh.
There's a lot of bridge, a lot of promoted there, and it's good.
So, meanwhile, back in the Zimmerman-Lavazza match, it looks like a couple of imps going to Lavazza. Board 25. This looks like a swing.
Obviously, when you are plus 100 in the match, you don't overcall red versus
Two
green.
no trump.
Queen Jack 5 times and King 5 times to no trump in the minor.
Correct.
Red versus green to pay 2,000. So you accept to lose. But actually, it's expensive. It's eight teams. Not really dramatic.
This is almost a boring hand if you look at it, because South has a great hand and you can't really make anything surprisingly. West, Madala has doubled to say he made a bid showing hearts and spades and clubs, and now when South bid for heart, he said double, I've got a good hand, partner decide. East will happily pass because he has no fit with his partner and he has 5 trumps. So Madala made a good, if aggressive bid, asking his partner to make an intelligent judgment, which they have. I don't think it's going to be so easy for as Gavris and Klukowski to double in the other room, because as Pierre says, they don't want to have a major swing, somebody redoubles in some freak hand. This is a contract that I don't know what's going to happen, because you might play in no trumps. Oh, you can make no trumps easy. The question is, can they get too high? Dubious. They don't have the value.
They made 4 hearts in the other room.
No, well, 3 no trumps is probably the best contract. 4 hearts is certainly a very good contract. 2 diamonds and a heart loser at maximum.
Mais tu payes pratiquement pas d'impôt. Parce que tu peux utiliser la valeur fiscale il y a 5
He might bid. Would you bid 3 hearts, Adam, or would you bid 2 no?
Tu payes 10%.
3 hearts.
3 hearts.
His hearts are good. If his hearts were not, perhaps without the 9, he might have bid 2 no and gone slow route to 3 hearts.
The 9 makes some difference.
I would probably bid 2 no.
Donc
I think it's close. I think the rule is, if you're happy for your partner to raise with a singleton, you can bid 3 hearts. I bid 2-no. You can bid 2-no as well, but 2-no, what would happen here? Partner will bid 3-no, which is not terrible either. It's just, it's a thing. But the only reason I think you might bid 3 hearts, because if there's a slam on the hand, 3 hearts is the way to get there. In 2-no, the problem is I don't really show. Maybe you should bid 3-no, but you're preempting yourself. You got so much. Now 3 hearts pass. Dubois might well bid 4 hearts, and 4-no trumps is coming from Bildy. Don't worry. No Bildy in their right mind passes 4 hearts when they're down 100. So don't worry about it. It's 4-no trump. And I think East would need a club.
If they lead a club,
Well, the problem is you can't take a hard finesse and set up the spades and keep the club entry. That's the problem.
can you do it?
You can do it by running the jack of spades if they don't cover. You can do it if they plays a low heart from his hand and they don't.
He passed. Wow.
Wow, Billy, I'm surprised at you. I would never pass at this stage of the
Maybe
match.
the 3 hearts already gave the hand, yes, maybe.
No, you could have less, I think.
Yes, he has a really good hand.
No, he has a hand that down 100.
Maybe he thinks they're in slam at the other table.
Maybe, I doubt it though. Maybe. Anyway, he led the club, but Bildy, of course, is right as usual because you can't probably make slam.
Could it happen that it didn't bid again? Because if in the other room they are thinking that I'm going to.
That's what Adam said. Maybe he's trying for a swing the other way.
Yeah.
But maybe you should pass 1 spade then. No, what I do often, like if I had Giorgio's hand, if I'm looking for a swing, I have a good 11 points, I pass when I need a swing. Because the other room, they sure open, and maybe I hope that everything is breaking badly, and that's the way to make a swing. To lead a different from the other room is make a swing. There are many ways to make swings without risking too much. And passing minimum opening bids is not a bad thing.
No problem. Thank you very much.
But anyway, meanwhile, as you see, the score is much better for Lavazza than it was, but not enough to make a difference. They picked up a few imps.
82 points, silver 101.
But at least it's below the 100. Over 100 is called a century, and it's a little bit embarrassing for players of this type.
I think that in a few minutes our friend Zia has to go. We really thank him very much. Your comments are always very interesting.
Thank you.
Every time you play the mix, by the way.
I play the mix. You can comment on me. I play with Marianne Mickelson, who is, in my opinion, the best lady player in the world.
I have to ask this. You have been playing with the best women player with Sabine, with
Marianne.
if you can say, which one do you think is really the best one?
I think out of all, well, I don't want to say this in too many public, but
yeah,
I
think, don't answer.
I think Marianne and Sabine are equally the 2 best women players in the world by a long way.
By a long way.
From all the women players. There are a lot of good players. I think some of the Swedish ladies, I haven't played with all of them, but I've seen them, they're very decent players. I think Marianne and Sabine are as good as the top men. That's how good they are.
Okay.
So I would happily partner either of them against Helge von Helnes any day. That's how good I think they are.
Even against a man pair.
Against the top men, I would think. They're as good as the top men. They're fantastic players. And very, very nice people also.
Okay, thank you very much. Ciao, bye. As usual, when Zia is with us, we have a very special comment. He is also showman, as you have seen. But now we are here with my friend Adam, and he will. Well, Adam, you just choose what you want to comment.
Okay.
I mean, because
Sounds good.
all the matches are not very interesting because they are all over, absolutely over. So if you catch some interesting board
Sure.
in the and also Zia, your champagne.
You left a little early.
Yeah. I want to celebrate Pierre's fantastic performance.
So
the only way he likes it.
Apparently they have only small bottle, but it's still nice one.
Not a bad one. Certainly.
So we let them work while we drink.
It's too good
Thank
for
you.
Gavris, but Helnes would drink it in one mouthful.
Helnes has stopped.
Stop drinking.
Not anymore. Because he had a heart problem, so Helnes now is leading for 1 year, very healthy, walking, no alcohol, quit smoking, a very healthy. Cheers.
I must tell you a very funny story before I go. Once I was playing on a table in a pairs tournament with the wife of Helnes, Mrs. Helnes, a very nice lady. And Mr. Helnes was on the next table. And Mrs. Helnes played a very good play, or a play that could be unbelievable. And I said, Mrs. Helnes, if you really made this play, I'm going to jump on you and kiss you so hard in front of your husband that he'll never get it. And she had made the play, and I had to kiss her I was very happy, and the husband was very sad. Anyway, cheers to you. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Very good job.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
I brought my champagne.
Look, they have already finished. So if you want to go and congratulate with your players, it was
They are
great.
already finished?
Yeah, in this room, yes.
Okay, so I have unfortunately to leave you.
Oh, but it's really a pleasure to have you here. Are you playing the mix?
I am obviously playing in the mix tomorrow.
And you are invited here anytime you don't play the last round, or you are 4.
Now we are 6.
Anytime you don't play the last round, but at 5:30, not like today, you are really welcome here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
So maybe do you
We
want?
sip peacefully mine, so I can.
Yeah.
Mm.
We can go back to the match. See. Okay, board 28.
In a room, and board 32 in the other room.
I think you have mathematically clinched.
Yes, of course. Still fighting, eh?
Board 32, 5 clubs.
1 heart, 1 spade, 3 clubs, 4 hearts, 5 clubs, double.
This is not a great score.
No, but they have a million tricks east-west. They can make, what do they can make? They can make 6 of either red suit, right?
They can make 6 diamonds or
6 diamonds,
hearts.
6 hearts, and they're going for 100.
So I think, it is a good score, I think.
It is a good score.
No, when I say not a good score, I mean that the double of 5 club
Right.
is doesn't produce a good result.
Doesn't produce...
What was the other room? We cannot see.
No,
No,
they haven't
didn't
played the
play.
board yet. This is the last board.
As usual, Elgam Wellness, they finish a lot of time before the others. Director, do we have any other video for today? I would be curious to see what our friend Pierre and Elgamo, they said at the end of the first set, for example, if we have the chance to see it.
Good morning.
Okay.
Morning. How do you feel to play the last 48 boards?
It's good to be soon finished. It's a very long tournament. But then again, we start all over tomorrow. So.
You won this tournament before?
Yes, long time ago, 12 years ago. But I've always taken a medal. 4th time in a row now.
Okay, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
You are up 61 points. Match is over.
I didn't hear what you say. We are up 61, yes.
Yeah. And the match is over.
Oh no! It's never over before it's over. You know, we have 2 more sets after this, and well, it's a good lead, of course, but they take nothing for granted. We have to play.
Sure. What do you think, Pierre?
Exact same opinion. But I have on one regret, though. Why do we play on 96 boards? The previous final would be 64 boards. So we would be already world champion. So I have one big regret, so that they changed the formula and 64 boards is not enough. That's my regret. And unfortunately, 32, it's easy, it's good opponent. Lavazza, everybody knows them. You could lose 100 imp in 32 boards. It's only 3 points a board. If they put the wild set boards, we can still lose the match by 30. Yeah. But we are, obviously now we are favorite.
Yesterday you said that the level of the playing is going down day by day. Today was the same.
Yeah, I think it was the same. If you see, well, I can't only talk for hours at the table, but it were made mistakes, several mistakes, both sides. So, and I say the same as yesterday. It is very hard to play top bridge so many days in a row. Always, when you come to the end, you are tired and you can't manage to play the very, very best.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm wondering why they don't have the leaders of the pairs on view graph. You know, you seem to have sort of just some random pairs on view graph instead of the leaders.
It's a senior pairs.
No, this is the regular pairs. But we don't have, I'd like to see, you know, maybe Moss and Gru. Oh, Rimbaud now is in 3rd place. Maybe we watch Rimbaud. Is he still on here?
Let's have now a little recap of what is happening at the moment. In the, I'm talking, of course, about pairs, because in the teams event we already know that Zimmerman team, Baker team, and Milner team, they won the title here. All of them by a lot of points. Now let's have a look at the open pairs, which 6 boards played out of 16. The Riemsted are still in ahead. They still first in the ranking, but
Gru and Moss,
Joe Gru and Moss, they are coming up very strongly.
1.7%.
1.7%. No,
that's like a board and a half.
Okay.
Maybe.
And Rimbaud and Lucier are also very close, as well as Mueller and De Vries. So with 10 boards to play, I don't think we can have a sure favorite. On the contrary, we could say that after 7 boards in the senior teams, Jacobus and Purcell are really a lot in advantage on the second pair. So I think that we can say that they should win this championship. For the second place, there are at least five pairs that are, or even not more, even more. Even up the 8th pair could be in fight to be second. I think in the women pair, they're still ahead first, Bessie and Überspieler. But they have reduced their advantage by a lot. It was more than 4%. Now it is it's a little less than 2%. So, well, the runner-up pair is Sean Quinn and Witz, which is very good. But of course, you know them, Adam.
Yeah, they're very strong.
They are very strong, and the Chinese, they are always so strong. Then, so also in this championship, the situation is not defined at all. But I have to tell you that we cannot wait for the end of these three champions, because what time is it now? 5:30.
5:20.
Oh, because in 2.5 hours we have a direct for the giving prize ceremony. So I think we are going to close our direct now and give you the appointment at 8 o'clock for USA, about from 2 to 3 to 4 in Europe. But let's remember that is 2.5 hours from now. Giving prize ceremony will be broadcast in direct live from here. We thank again our friend Adam. You say that you play in the pair.
Yep.
The mixed.
Yes.
You are 4 or 6?
We have a 6-person team.
Anytime, as I told Zimmerman, anytime you don't play the third round, you are really, really welcome.
Thank
here.
you.
Okay?
Yeah,
Thank
I'd
you.
love to join.
Bye, everybody, and thank you, and we'll see you in 2.5 hours. Thank you very much.